Hello everyone, and welcome to Let's Play Jurassic Park for the Sega CD. I bet that's not an opening a lot of you have seen, the opening for the Sega CD system. Jurassic Park for the Sega CD is a point-and-click adventure game made in probably 93, 94, sound about right? Now, we're not going to jump straight into the game just yet. I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. Now, it is a point-and-click adventure game, but it does things a little different than point-and-click adventure games of its time. One of the things is there are action segments where you have to do battle with dinosaurs using the weapons that you're going to find in the park. That's not such a big deal, though. One of the notable differences, though, is there is a time limit in this game. Many point-and-click adventure games you had all the time you needed to solve the different puzzles. But in this game we have an in-game time limit of 12 hours. So if I sit there not doing anything, you'll see the timer counting down second by second. And as we travel from location to location, the timer will drop down drastically depending on how far we travel. I think most of the time it's only 10 minutes. So, what do you say we start the game? You are heading to Jurassic Park. Your mission? Find the eggs of 7 species of dinosaurs. Take the eggs to the visitor center and put them in the incubator. Sounds pretty simple, right? Work fast. You only have 12 hours. You survived the crash. Of course something went wrong. But your life is still in danger. Okay, so that's us right there. Well, our perspective at any rate. We can move the cursor around, and we don't have an inventory yet, but this is where we would go to look at the different items in our inventory. When we find something we can interact with, the cursor will change. A hand like that means we can interact with it some way. And inside our helicopter we find the stun gun. That's our first weapon to do battle with the dinosaurs. It's not a great weapon, but it will work. Now we can move around the screen just by rolling off to the left or the right to find more stuff to interact with. We're going to take this rock that kind of looks like a nose. Now this tells us we want to go this way to get to the visitor center. Now the cursor has changed to an arrow, meaning that we can travel in this direction. So we hit the, the A button on this controller to travel. That's constant. No matter what item you have, whether it's an item or the cursor, the A button will always be travel. And here are our first dinosaurs. Brachiosaurus. And over here we have a little kiosk that we can look at to learn more about the given dinosaur that it has depicted on it. Brachiosaurus. Error. To operate this kiosk, the Brachiosaurus CD is required. Well, that just simply means we can't learn anything from this kiosk just yet. There are a couple of kiosks like that throughout the game that we will have to find the CDs for before we can get any information from them. And the information we get from them is, one, it's just kind of stuff about the dinosaurs, but it's also clues and hints onto what to do during the course of the game. Like over here we have the Compy kiosk. Now, this kiosk comes with a video file of someone explaining the information on it. I'm going to hit the play button so you get to see.
Compy is one of the all-time smallest dinosaurs, about the size of a coyote, 10 pounds. Fossil footprints show that Compys traveled in big packs up to a dozen or more.
And that over there is Dr. Robert Bakker, I think is how you pronounce his name. He's actually very famous in the paleontology circles. My friends who are much more knowledgeable about this stuff than I do probably will get a kick out of seeing him. And each kiosk, I think, has 4 short video clips about the given dinosaurs and the hints onto what happens with them. So we're going to watch all 4 clips of this kiosk.
Compys were as fast as coyotes, maybe 30 miles an hour. They had very sinuous bodies. They loved to move in underbrush. Compys had sharp claws, long toes. They could climb trees real well. Pack hunters usually nest in groups, so did Compys, and they would defend their nests in groups too.
Alright, so that is all 4 bits of information from this kiosk. Now we're going to leave the kiosk. And wouldn't you know it, there just happens to be a Compy nest right here. There are no eggs in this Compy nest, but there is the white key card. We're going to need that to get into the visitor center. Now, unfortunately, there's nothing else we can do here, and we won't be visiting back here for a while. So say goodbye to our brachiosaur friends. Take care, guys. Thanks for not, eating me. There we go. We get a little video of us traveling down the road to Jurassic Park. Now, if we go through these iconic gates, we get straight to the visitor center. But if we look to the right, there's another path we can go down to, as well as 2 dinosaur kiosks. So we're going to take a look at those right now. This is the Gallimimus kiosk, and the doctor is going to tell us about them.
Gallies are the fastest dinos on the island, up to 50 miles an hour, and one of the smartest. Gallies had front claws like grizzly bears, long and straight, great digging tools. Gallies could dig prey out of their burrows, and they could use their claws to dig very deep nests. Gallies had a stiff torso, stiff tail, like a T-Rex. They couldn't maneuver in dense forest. Gallies could attack you with the long reach of their forepaws, and they could kick you with their hind feet too. There are some modern bird species that try to sneak their eggs into another mother's nest. If the mother detects these sneaky eggs, she can roll them out of her nest, and that could have happened with the dinos.
Alright, that is it for the Gallimimus. Now, Gallimimus are one of a handful of dinosaurs that you can actually do battle with in this game. Some of the other dinosaurs will just flat out kill you if you get their attention. And here's the other dinosaur kiosk. We have the Dilophosaurus.
The animal with the best poison delivery system is the spitting cobra. Could some dinosaurs spit? Could be. Fossil footprints show that dilopes hunted in pairs, top speed about 35 miles an hour. Dilopes had big crests on their head, and maybe they had crests along the neck too, like a lot of birds and lizards do. Neck crests can be a warning. Birds and lizards flare their crests when they're about to attack. Dilopes had bodies built like Compys, long, flexible, great for swimming.
Dilophosaurs are the other species of dinosaur that we can do battle with on the island. And As you would expect, they do battle with you by firing their spittle at you that is poisonous. Now, we could go down this path, but we know that that's where the Gallimimus and the Dilophosaur habitats are, so we're going to avoid that. Back this way is the beach where we crash landed. And over here is the Rex, the Triceratops, and the Velociraptor enclosures. So we're going to leave that alone too. Now, it kind of looks like there's something in this keycard reader over here, but we can't do anything with it right now. As you can see, our cursor remains the same when we drag over it. We're going to come back here real soon. Now, the way I'm going through the game, I don't know if it's the most optimal way to get through it. You can do a lot of stuff out of order, but there are certain places that you have to go to get certain items to get you through the game, like you would expect from any point-and-click adventure game. And one of them is right here. We're going to get these pair of pliers. Now, there's a lot of stuff we can do in the visitor center, but we're not going to be able to do all of it just yet because we don't have all the equipment we need. Our goal is to go upstairs, but we are going to take a quick detour back outside. And over here we have a box we can check out. This box is padlocked. And you can see our cursor doesn't change, so there's nothing we can do with it just yet. Alright, back outside. Now you may have saw that the clock at the top right read 11:27. Now that we've gone outside, it's going to be less time. I'm not sure how much less time. Well, no less time at all. I've completely been shown to be a fool. Okay, but now the cursor has changed. It is a green X. That means there's something we can do with this, with some of our equipment. In this case, it's the pliers. We just pulled the blue card out of there. The blue card can open up additional doors inside the visitor center. Okay, now we are going to go upstairs. And this is the control room. This is the first place we're going to check. This is where we can save our game and where we can get hints from headquarters. But to get inside, we need to use our key card. And our little magnifying glass says that we can do something with this computer. Now before I use this computer, I'm going to point something out to you. In the top left corner of the screen, you'll see something that kind of resembles a satellite. There's a blue blinking dot. That means you have a message from, InGen headquarters. So we can come here and get that message. There's our first message. Hello.
Hi, I'm Emily Shimura.
Hi, Emily.
I'll be your contact on this mission, so keep an eye on your message light. It means I have new information for you. We were worried when our telemetry showed that your helicopter crashed. But as long as you're not hurt, keep going. We're pulling you out as soon as you've got at least one egg from each dinosaur species in the incubator. I'll check on you again in a couple of hours. Oh, and by the way, good luck.
Thanks, we're going to need it. And if we go right over here, we can save our game. Now the Sega CD has built-in memory, but it's not a whole heck of a lot. For a lot of games you have to buy a memory expansion. But the Jurassic Park game only has one save file. So we have to delete our previous game to save this game. And it's probably worthwhile saving each time you come back here, because you can die pretty easily out there. Especially when you don't know what you're doing. And there's a lot of this game that is very experimental. You just gotta go out there and try things. You also gotta wait for hints to come to you from Emily. Now, since we're here, why don't I show you a little something? You got this rock. What do you think would happen if we just took this rock and smashed it against this computer? Well, that's a problem. Boom! We blew it up. We blew it all up. And that is pretty much the only special game over that we can get in the game. All other game overs are just either getting auto-killed by some of the tougher dinosaurs or being beat to death by some of the less dangerous dinosaurs. Alright, give me a minute and we'll load back up the game. Alright, and we're back. That was a little Easter egg that the game developers snuck in here on us. I know of at least 2 others. There's also a debug mode that you can get in the beginning of the game, but since I don't have a second controller, we can't do anything with that. There's also a little trick to get you unlimited ammunition for one of the best, well, not for one of the best weapons in the game, the best weapon in the game. But we're going to have to wait a little longer before we can do that. Now, over here somewhere is a crate we can check out. But once again, there's nothing we can do with it because we lack the tool necessary. And we're going to go a little bit deeper into the visitor center. I'm trying to read what that sign says, but I can't. But this room we are going to be spending a lot of time in. I think it's the nursery. Because this is where the incubator for the dinosaur eggs is. Each time we get dinosaur eggs, we gotta bring them here to the incubator. But we've only got so much time. Because if the eggs are kept out of their nests for too long, they get too cold and the dinosaur dies. There we go. These are all the different dinosaurs we can find on the island, and how many eggs we have. We have none. We're going to use our key card over here to turn on the incubator. This flashing light means that it's on now. And we'll be back here when we have some eggs. Okay, now here's another area where we can check out stuff. If you look at this computer, it gives us a layout of the park and where all the different dinosaurs are. The Brachiosaurs are over here, the Dilophosaurs there, Gallimimus, and so forth. And we're going to go to each one of these places to get dinosaur eggs. But there's also something over here we can play with. We use the pliers on this answering machine. Pleasant, huh? Yeah, sounds like somebody got turned into Dino Chow. Now, in my big geeky brain, I like to pretend that that's Nedry. That's the audio of Nedry getting chewed up by the Dilophosaur. Now, here's another place we're going to be visiting fairly regularly. We can use this first aid kit to restore our health. But over here, we have a weapons locker. And we get the tranquilizer gun. Now this yellow box here we can open, but I don't think we have the right key card for it. Nope. We'll have to come back later. There are 2 weapons lockers like this, And all of them have stuff in them that we're going to want to get. Now, off to the left over here is another room we can visit. But we don't have the key card for it, so we're going to come back a little later. Now, up here in the top left corner, our satellite is blinking again. That means we have a new message. And again, we have to use the key card to get inside. No, unfortunately there's only one ending to the game. I think the different eggs you collect, or the amount of them, is just kind of like a score. In fact, it might even be possible to get off the island without collecting eggs of each species. I don't remember entirely.
Me again. Make sure you move the eggs quickly to the incubator. The longer an egg is away from its nest, the colder it gets. If it gets too cold, the baby dinosaur can die. The incubator keeps the baby alive until you're ready to leave. Got it?
Thank you, but I mentioned that already. And as we all know, we save smart, we save often. Alright, now at this point we can start wandering around the island. We got enough firepower to help take care of some of the dinosaurs. And we got our first bit of tools. But we are going to start off by taking a trip towards the Triceratops. We're not fully equipped yet to be getting their eggs, but there are tools that I want to pick up going that way. First here is this overturned Jeep. And inside we find wire cutters. We're going to need those a couple of times. And we have the Triceratops kiosk over here. So let's take a look at it. And what does the doctor have to tell us about trikes?
Triceratops was the most dangerous plant-eating animal that ever evolved. Triceratops had very strong legs. It could accelerate in a charge right away and hit a top speed of 30 miles an hour. The Triceratops' head was huge and heavy, but perfectly balanced. It could whip its long horns in any direction. Triceratops had a strong bony frill that protected the neck. All around the frill were sharp edges. When it swung the frill, it was a deadly weapon.
My more knowledgeable dinosaur friends are telling me that the Triceratops is believed to have a top speed of 15 miles per hour, not 30. I've also heard that their crests
Dinosaurs and birds have a lot
are actually
in common.
hollow and easy to
Since
crush.
a lot of birds mate for life today, maybe the dinosaurs did too. Like birds today, some dinosaur parents might have been fiercely protective of their young. There are so many eggs in one nest, it looks like 2 or 3 or 4 females got together and laid in the same place.
Alright, and that's all we know about Triceratopses for the minute. Oh, what's that? That would be a T-Rex. Well, at least now we know where it is. And here's the T-Rex kiosk. But there's no T-Rex CD in here. I'll have to come back later. Now we're about to do some stuff that during a normal playthrough you wouldn't know about at this point. But since I played through this a few times, we're going to save ourselves time and trouble of doing it now. We're heading towards the Triceratops enclosures. There's a little baby trike playing with this box and won't let us near it. And there's the mommy Triceratops. I'm going to leave them alone. You can't do much with them at the moment. And I hope I'm facing the right way. Okay, right here we have a very sick Triceratops. And right here, we have a very agitated, not sick Triceratops. Now I'm going to pause the game. This is a part where something terrible can happen to us, and that is getting gored and trampled to death by a Triceratops. So we're not going to spend too much time here dallying. What we're going to do is try to take care of the sick Triceratops so that the healthy Triceratops will calm down and not kill us. So, first wish me luck, because if I screw this up, we're going to have to come back and do it again. Now, this car over here, we can actually get to its horn. We honk the horn, Triceratops gets agitated and smashes it. But then it turns on us, because we're the ones that agitate it. You want to honk the horn 3 times until that happens. It just dropped the injector. The injector has the medicine in it that will make this Triceratops better. And the second we use it on that Triceratops, the healthy one will leave us alone. And there we go. They also smashed out a crowbar and a CD. Alright, nothing else we can do here. The CD we got is the Triceratops CD. We're going to need that for a little later in the game. But the crowbar we're going to use right away. Now, we gotta distract this baby trike. What will distract a small herbivore dinosaur? Well, food. And up here in this tree, we can find a branch that we can grab. We're going to use the branch on the little baby trike. You can see that the cursor has turned green. I think it will actually follow the cursor around now that we have the branch. But we're just going to give it to it. Now that it's happy, we can investigate this box. And inside this box we have the Triceratops keycard. This keycard will get us into almost everywhere we want to go at this point. So, back the way we came. Okay, and if we look over here, this is the Velociraptor enclosure up this way. We are not prepared for that yet. We are going to leave them alone. Okay, what we are going to do, though, is go down to the Gallimimus and Dilophosaur area and grab their eggs. Or rather, that's what we're going to do in the next episode, because we're roughly at about 30 minutes now. So, what I'm going to do is stop the recording, and the next time we're together, we'll do the rest of this stage. So, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.